Armin had always been an ordinary young man living in a crowded town where dreams were often crushed before they even formed, a place where people complained more than they tried, where excuses were cheaper than effort, and where every new idea was greeted with laughter. But inside him there lived a silent spark, a whisper that he could be more, do more, and rise beyond the invisible walls that everyone around him had accepted as permanent. However, Armin had one problem: his mind was his biggest enemy. He would start something and quit after a week, set goals and abandon them in a month, promise himself improvement only to slide back into comfort the very next day. His room was full of notebooks, half-filled plans, unfinished schedules, broken workout routines, and motivational quotes he had written in excitement but forgotten in laziness. And one evening, sitting by his window watching people rush home from the market, he felt a crushing weight on his chest, the weight of wasted potential. He whispered to himself, "Why can't I stay consistent? Why do I lose focus so quickly?" That night, he decided he would travel to the mountains to clear his mind. He had heard stories about an old mentor, Baba Zaid, who lived near the high cliffs, a man people visited when they needed direction. So Armin packed a small bag, left before sunrise, and began walking toward the mountains, not knowing that this journey would transform him forever. Hours passed. The path was long, dusty, and quiet except for the occasional echo of birds. His mind, however, kept screaming doubts. Why are you doing this? You'll quit again. This won't change anything. But Armin pushed forward because something felt different this time. He wasn't running away from problems, he was running toward answers. At sunset he reached a wooden hut with smoke curling from its chimney. An old man with white eyebrows and calm eyes was sitting outside, sharpening a wooden stick. "I know why you're here," Baba Zaid said without looking up. "Your mind is loud, your goals are blurry, and your discipline leaks like water through open fingers." Armin froze. How did you know?" The old man smiled. "Every lost person carries the same noise." Inside the hut, everything was simple, no decorations, no furniture except a mat, a lantern, and a small shelf filled with stones of different colors. "Sit," the old man instructed. "Tell me what you want." Armin hesitated. "I want to change my life. I want discipline. I want success. I want peace." Baba Zaid shook his head. "Those are not goals. Those are wishes. Wishes float. Goals pull." He placed a small white stone in Armin's hand. "Feel that. It is solid. Clear. Real. That is what a goal must be. Tell me one thing, not 10, that you want more than comfort, fear, and excuses." Armin took a long breath. "I want to build my own digital storytelling channel. Wordy Tales, something that motivates people, something that changes lives." The mentor's eyes gleamed. "Good. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to teach you is the difference between failure and transformation." Baba Zaid walked to the door, pointed at the gigantic mountain outside, and said, "Your mind is like that mountain, full of obstacles, full of distractions, full of dangers, but also full of paths. A weak mind looks at the mountain and complains. A disciplined mind looks at the peak and climbs." He handed Armin a red stone. "This is the stone of clarity. Without clarity, discipline dies in confusion. Every morning, you must speak your goal aloud, exactly the same way, without changing a single word. Repetition wires the brain." Then he handed him a black stone. "This is the stone of resistance. Your mind will fight you. It will tempt you to quit, distract you, and trick you. You must expect resistance, greet it, and continue anyway." Finally, he handed him a golden stone. "This is the stone of action. Success doesn't come from dreams. It comes from doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it." Armin listened as the old man continued, "You think motivation will save you. But motivation is wind, it comes and goes. Discipline is the anchor. Discipline is the weapon. Discipline is the mother of success." The mentor suddenly stood up and said, "Come with me. They walked outside until they reached a narrow path carved halfway into the mountain. "Walk across this path without looking down," Baba Zaid instructed. The path was barely wide enough for 1 foot, and beneath it was a cliff so deep that the shadow swallowed the bottom. Armin felt fear twisting his stomach. I can't." The old man looked at him calmly. "Your mind said you can't before you even tried." Armin took a shaking step, then another. The wind pushed against him, fear clawed at him, but he kept moving, focusing only on the next step. When he finally reached the other side, he gasped in relief. "What did you learn?" the mentor asked. Armin answered, "I learned that fear